Y'all, I just logged on and I was, hype and in the mood. And then something, I just realized like I didn't make, I didn't make, and I'm not going to make a single dime off of last night's show. And I was like, it said, ineligible for monetization due to copyright. And I'm sitting here thinking, what copywritten material did I play on the show? And then I thought about it. It was those doggone clips from Basketball Wives. I don't messed around and let Evelyn complain about them $1,500 or somebody else money and get me out of mine. I literally showed up to work yesterday and worked the whole shift and is not going to make a single dime for any of what I did yesterday. Doggone it. Dog it. I need to. Any of y'all work for VH1, Viacom, BET? And if there is a way where like you can get permissions for uploading y'all's material or whatever, could y'all email me at funkydineva@funkydineva.com? I think it's a well worth partnership, or it's a well worth granting certain people permissions, because it goes without saying bloggers and vloggers and YouTubers and different people who cover y'all shows directly contribute to the success of these shows. And so, we're on here talking about y'all shows. We should at least be able to play a 30-second clip of you guys' content in order for us to continue whatever. So a lot of y'all are saying edit and resubmit. That doesn't work for me. My show, my material is perishable. And I always said, and this goes out to any new content creators, take some education out of my book. If I could start YouTube all over again, I probably wouldn't do topical material. And I probably would not do perishable material. All of y'all who are saying upload it again, it doesn't matter, because the lion's share of people who were going to watch it have already watched it. So the juice wouldn't even be worth the squeeze. It wouldn't even be worth me editing the video right now, because everybody who watches my videos, they watch it within the first 24 hours. After that, it's old. Nobody's going back. Nobody's sitting around their computer and going back and watching a Funky Dineva show video from December. What for? The material is old. You see what I'm saying? So I just have to take this L. I just have to take this L and keep it moving or do something else. So anyway, about last night, y'all, a time was had last night, and as I was getting ready to talk about the show with y'all, outside of Quad's party, the thought came across my mind. Just talk about, Atlanta catches a lot of flack, and people talk. They talk about Atlanta, and I have my talk about Atlanta. But even with that, guys, Atlanta is a very special place. And Atlanta is one of few places where things like last night were able to happen. And now let me tell y'all something. Y'all already know I moved back to Atlanta partially to kick ass and take names. Okay? I make no qualms about it. I moved back here to kick ass and take names. I had that shit on last night, bitch. Okay? I don't care what nobody, and I wish that the lighting was better and we could have got a better picture. We got to wait for the professional pictures to come on. I had that shit on last night, baby. Hands down. And this is not me talking mess. I was the best dressed man in the room last night. Y'all will wait until y'all see the pictures. Everybody look nice. I was the best dressed man in the room last night. I had that shit on, bitch. Okay. And everywhere I walked, they was like, Oh, you look good. What you, I know. This whole thing, baby, I had it on. I had it on. Baby, I had that thing on last night. The girls couldn't take me. Okay? Baby, when I stepped in that thing with these Louis Damier print shoes on, baby, I listen, I had that simple brown, just a little simple brown cardigan, gold chain, nasty piece of belt, brown seersucker pant, baby. Then I hit them with the high. Baby, they was looking. Baby, they didn't know whether to look up to the face, they're done, or down to the shoes, they're paid for, okay? And in this moment, I'm acting like a bitch who ain't never had nothing, because bitch, I ain't never had nothing, okay? I had it on last night. I might not have never had nothing, but I had it all going on last night, baby. I had it what? All going on. We had a good time. We had a good time down to Quad's birthday party. Who all was in the building? Listen. And Sheree, I hope you hear this. Sheree caught me yesterday taking a picture of her. Okay. And I wasn't sneaking. Sheree body was bodying so bad in a good way. Sheree body was bodying. Sheree had on like a giraffe print cat suit, stomach on flat, ass sticking out from here to Afghanistan. Sheree body is so damn sickening that it don't make sense. And so I was going to take a picture. She was like, you taking a picture of me? She caught me or whatever. And so I was like, yeah, girl, I'm just trying to take a picture to send it to my boyfriend. And when I got home later that night, I was like, damn, couple, knowing what me and Sheree's past was, I hope Sheree didn't think I was trying to be messy, because Sheree, I wasn't. It was definitely an admiration. I was like, this baby, this body got it going on. But Quad was there, Sheree, Yandy, Monyetta, Heavenly, Toya, Eugene, Quad, Mimi and her husband, Contessa, Sherelle Rosado, Swanky Jerry was in the building. I'm gonna tell y'all about Swanky. Who all else was in the building? It was quite a few people in the building. And so what I was saying about Atlanta being a special place, and I'm gonna tell this little anecdote. I'm gonna keep going, then I'm gonna keep it moving. I moved back to Atlanta for exactly what happened last night. I moved back to Atlanta, not Mimi Faust, Mimi from the new Married to Medicine. Are they filming? Yes, they are filming. They started filming like last week or the week before last. I think Quad actually filmed her first scene today. And I went to Heavenly on Friday. I went to Heavenly yesterday to get some tooth work done. And she hadn't filmed a scene yet either. So they literally just started filming. But I moved back to Atlanta, guys, because King was there as well. King was there. I don't know why people can say King's not around. King was there. He was there. Tamar didn't make it. Tamar's on tour. Atlanta's one of the only places, guys, where you're not going to be able to network. You're not going to be able to have the access in other cities that Atlanta gives you. I definitely would not have the access in Miami. All right. Miami is a very A-list celebrity crowd. That's the Drakes and the DJ Khaled's and the the Kelly Rowlands and the Jay-Z's. And, hopefully one day I'll have the currency to be in those rooms. But as it stands right now, I'm not getting in those rooms right now. But when you start talking about the C list, the D list, and even the A list by way of going through somebody's C list to get in the room, Atlanta is definitely the place for that. Atlanta is one of those places where you're going to go to a party and there are going to be 6, 7, 8, 10 people in the room that you need to know, at least for what I do from the industry. And so it was really, 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 really good to just be back in the mix. You know, it's listen, when you do this entertainment thing, let's just talk about the PR of it all. You know, it is necessary. And I used to run from this aspect of this when I first started. You know, it is necessary for you to be in the pictures. It is necessary for you to be seen at some of the parties so that the people begin to look at you and to treat you as such. And so you get more invites into the rooms and they say, oh, you're cool. You know this person. So let's talk about Swanky. First and foremost, I didn't even know Quan knew Swanky. You know, for multiple reasons. He lives in South Africa. So we just sitting there minding our business, and in comes this super tall person, African garb on, and I look and I'm like, oh, it's Swanky or whatever. And he was there with some ladies at the time I did not recognize. After him being there for about 20 or 30 minutes, I walked to the restroom and I walked past one of the girls he was with, and she was like, I know you ain't finna walk past me and don't say nothing. And it was Sherelle Rosado from Wags to Riches, Ocho Cinco's ex-wife or whatever. And you know, Quad brought Swanky over to me, introduced me to him. We took a picture or whatever. As I was leaving the party, him and Sherelle were outside. I'm assuming they were waiting on their car in valet or their car service or whatever. And then Swanky goes, I'm assuming Sherelle must have explained to Swanky who I was. And then he turned around and was like, oh my God, Funky, you used to cover season 1, Funky, my friend. And it's like, you know, it felt good knowing that the people over there in Africa know what's, listen, I'm about to ditch you US hoes, because I think that there's a whole untapped market over there in Africa. And real talk, I'm joking, but I've been thinking this for a while. I think that there's a whole untapped market of African shows over there that I think the people in Africa would enjoy this loud, unhinged, intellectual American reviewing. And I think that that'd be a niche that I could carve out that would be so unique in an international market. And I'm strongly considering getting involved with some of the programs and stuff over there in Africa. I would just really need somebody who's well steeped in what's going on over there to tell me what's the equivalent of the Real Housewives, what's the equivalent of the Basketball Wives, who are the it girls that I need to get familiar with. So that was really good. But I'm gonna tell y'all something. And maybe this is just me, and maybe what I'm about to say and the feelings that I'm feeling are just as a result of me being too close to the situation. Because I am too close. I'm not gonna lie to you. We had such a good time last night that when I saw this article, Married to Medicine cast celebrates Quad's birthday with Dr. Simone nowhere in sight. Now, for the record, before I even do my commentary, by no means am I upset with the Jasmine brand or anything like that. But y'all, we had such a good time last night, and it ain't have nothing to do with no Dr. Simone. It had nothing to do with nobody. You know what I'm saying? And I just hate it sometimes where good ass moments end up being perverted. Stop it. Good ass moments end up being perverted. Last night was not about Dr. Simone not being there. And then I think the other thing that bothered me sometimes, and I know it bothers me, I know for a fact this bothers me because I'm too close to the situation. People in the comments saying, oh, Jackie was there. The cameras must have been there. Child, the only reason she invited Jackie is because they must have been filming. And I'm not going to lie to you. It does get under my skin sometimes when people from the outside just be talking so much out of their mouth like they know so damn much. And I guess because I be in the mix and I be in these spaces, it just boils my blood sometimes. You know what I'm saying? When people, some of y'all just talk, and I'm not blaming y'all the funky, but I'm just saying people. Some of y'all talk so matter of factly, like y'all just be knowing what the hell be going on and be loud and be wrong. And somebody said, isn't that what blogs do? I mean, is that supposed to be, is that statement somehow supposed to be like a, oh, ain't that what you do? Was that your intent? I don't know. And maybe it's what blogs do. I don't know. That's kind of why I got out of the blogging shit. All right. Because folks sitting around making up stuff about folks and just running with it like it was the truth. Why would Simone be there? They're not friends. All right. And it's not T. It don't have to be T. They're not friends. Simone don't like Quad, and Quad don't like Simone. Nevertheless, we had a great time last night. The cameras were not there. This was not filmed for TV. And it just was what it was. What else I got for y'all? Down to the Bar Nashville. I will be in Nashville this week. Listen, we got a special member of the Funky Bunch by the name of Maury. She purchased 5 tickets to give away. So I am giving away tickets to the event. And this is how I am going to do it. If you in Nashville, and you know your money funny, and you want one of the free tickets, just go ahead and email me funkydineva@funkydineva.com. Now, I like to think of us as a community, and I really am going to trust y'all with using the honor system. All right. First and foremost, y'all know how y'all like to do when stuff is free. Y'all love to run and put y'all name on stuff and don't use it. Do not submit for one of these tickets if you're not going to go. All right. Do not come in and let me give you a ticket to this event and somebody could have used it. All right. Secondly, and it's not even about me making money, but I really want to help somebody. All right. I really want to give these tickets to that girl that was like, I don't have the money for my ticket and an outfit. Okay. So somebody to my funky, make them send you their tax records or whatever. Go ahead and email me. Tell me your story, bitch. I need to know your story. My car in the shop, my husband left me, my child got autism, and I got an eviction notice on my door. That's why I need a ticket. I need to know your story because I don't trust y'all hoes. All right. I don't trust y'all hoes. Okay. I need to know your story. Now, just send me an email, send me a little paragraph on what's going on. And shouts out to Maury Bridges for purchasing 5 tickets. She wanted to do something to give back to me and to give back to the Funky Bunch, and I definitely appreciate it. All right, guys, so let's get into the political corner. All right, we got a very interesting political corner today, and it comes from Robert Kennedy when it talks about vaccines. And before we get started, here is the takeaway before I even show the video. Republicans have really changed the game of politics, right? And I think where the Democrats lost and are continuing to lose is that they continue to be honest. All right. I thought about something the other day, and I want to share this with y'all. There really is a world, and follow me here. There really is a world where Donald Trump goes down in history as the greatest businessman that ever existed. I'm going to repeat that. There is a world where Donald Trump goes down in history as the greatest businessman that ever lived. Funky Dineva, why do you say that? Because this man was able to finagle, having no political experience, and became the president of the United States twice. Let's put our politics aside, our feelings aside, and let's think about what this looks like from a, and y'all are still on the surface. Y'all are talking about his failed businesses. Dig deeper than that. Dig deeper than that. I say one of the greatest businessmen ever because the man sat back and devised a strategy on how to become the president of the United States of America as a regular businessman with no political whatever. Your cousin Leroy couldn't have did it. Your Uncle Tony that owned the car company couldn't do it. Uncle Kevin that owned the carpet company could not do it. Imagine also what it looks like. Let's just talk about from a family legacy perspective. 100 years from now, I'm not gonna lie to you, despite how I feel about him, that's a badass story to say. And 100 years ago, your great grandfather became the president of the United States by doing XYZ, yada yada yada. Now here's the thing, and somebody said his business was catering to white supremacists. Absolutely. Listen, it's a strategy, and I'm not agreeing with it. I'm simply saying, if you have no moral compass and you have to be somebody like him and to achieve what he achieved, you have to have no moral barometer. But we're not going to deny the fact that he's a winner. The man's a winner by hook or crook. And I bring up all of that to say, I think it's time the Democrats take a page out their book, and they're going to have to become dishonest, because honesty is not winning. These people got on public platforms and they co-signed, co-opted, conflated every conspiracy theory, feelings of hate, and all of that. They did not give a damn whether they believed it or not. The only thing they cared about was getting the seat, getting in office. And it meant even if they had to lie to do it, they did it. And there is a world somewhere, I don't know where this world is, but there is a world somewhere where they're regarded as winners. No matter how we feel about it, no matter how they went about it, they won. And they're sitting up in their country clubs patting themselves on the back because they won. And we sitting around here playing a game by a different set of rules than they are playing. What do I mean by this? Robert F. Kennedy out here telling y'all don't get y'all kids vaccinated, and he don't believe in vaccines, all because that aligned itself with what those crazies that they needed their votes thought. But listen to what he has to say when the man asked him would he vaccinize his own damn children. Take a listen.
Something that might be helpful is you've previously said you vaccinated your children. Just because I think this is a helpful answer, and this isn't a gotcha, I promise. If you had a child today, would you vaccinate that child for measles?
For measles, probably for measles. You know, what I would say is my opinions about vaccines are irrelevant. I have directed Jay Bhattacharya.
Sure. No, like I said, I don't want to.
So that everybody can make that decision. But I don't want to seem like I'm being evasive.
Yeah.
But I don't think people should be taking medical advice from me.
Right. No, I got that. And I'm not asking you to give them medical advice, but would you vaccinate your child for measles?
If I answer that question.
Let me pause this really quickly. My opinion on vaccines is irrelevant. I don't think people should be taking medical advice from me. But bitch, you are the Health and Human Service Secretary of the United States. If we can't take medical advice from you, then who the hell can we take it from? And you are over the CDC. So what's the issue here? The issue here is his kids are vaccinated. That child just died in Texas from measles. This man know good and goddamn well he would not want him, his family, or any of his children exposed to measles, polio, chickenpox, rubella, heartworm, or any of those other things that we can simply vaccinate for. However, he can't say that. Because if he tells the truth about if he would vaccinate his children for measles, rubella, polio, smallpox, tuberculosis, then he's betraying all those damn crazies over there in the corner who they riled up on this anti-vaccination thing. All right. Trump was never an anti-vaxxer. He was never an anti-vaxxer. Neither is this man. He's a Kennedy. Them people got a clean bill of health. They got all the vaccines. You don't think the rich got all the vaccines? They got all the vaccines. But it was the simple fact that there was a block of people over there who believed that craziness, and him following suit with their ass was enough to secure their votes. Let's finish this video.
Directly, that it will seem like I'm giving advice to other people, and I don't want to be doing that. I want people to make.
But that's kind of your jurisdiction because CDC does give advice, right? I'm not trying to do it as a gotcha. I was just
what I think what we're going to try to do is to lay out the pros and cons, the risks and benefits accurately as we understand them.
Okay.
With replicable studies.
The pros and cons are already laid out. The pros and cons are already laid out for vaccines and not vaccines. And all this anti-vaccination stuff came about. Granted, there was already pockets of people who were anti-vaxxers, but all of this stuff came about, guys, when COVID was politicized. And I blame Donald Trump for that. COVID should have never been politicized. And what happened meant if you got a vaccine, you side with Biden. And if you're for vaccines, you're a Democrat and you're a traitor. And it's the stupidest thing that I've ever heard of. I don't give a damn what your political affiliation is. Science is science. And I always said that family that has the child that died of measles not too long ago, I would be curious to know how they would feel if how they're feeling now, considering that their child could have been alive post the measles. All right, guys, we got to get into this Diddy stuff, y'all. In the Diddy corner. Lakeisha, I'm going to bring you on at about 8:45, boo. In the Diddy corner, Cassie reveals that she got UTIs from freak-offs and that antibiotics didn't work anymore and that she had sores in her mouth from oral sex. Ladies, I need y'all to drop down in the comments and let me know something. I was always a little concerned about the baby oil getting inside y'all hoo-ha because I know when guys bottom, if you put baby oil in their asshole and you start hunching them, many of them complain about it burning or whatever. Like, I don't know that baby oil is the best thing to be using as lubricant going in and out of your hoo-ha. Are y'all able to put baby oil in y'all hoo-ha with no problem? Because I'm pretty sure outside of just all of the random guys that were screwing her, that baby oil in her hoo-ha was probably causing some of these UTIs with her. So y'all are saying, no, 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 no. You cannot put that. Yeah, baby oil is not supposed to go in your special, in your intimate places. So baby girl says she was getting so many UTIs that antibiotics stopped working and that she was having sores in her mouth. I'm going to read you guys a couple of excerpts. The judge, all rise. Judge, you're under oath. Proceed. AUSA, may I approach the witness? Miss Ventura, I just handed you 2 drives. What's on them? Photos from my device. The lawyer, yesterday you testified about seeing Sean going armed to look for Suge Knight. Sean took guns with, okay, I want to get to the sex part. Okay, let's get to the sex part. Oh, this is long. Let's get to the sex part. He was running around. Okay. Summer party. What are you wearing? Sunglasses and all black. Las Vegas escort with some Miami club back. He looked familiar. Freak offs. Get back on track. Kim. Then someone else. Deleted videos. Ambient. All right. It's a lot to read. Nevertheless, the guy, Cassie, was going on to say that on the drives, there were videos and pictures of her that were explicit and that Diddy would use those as blackmail against her. For those of y'all who are asking why she stayed. And at some point in these text messages, guys, she talks about having sores in her mouth from the oral sex. And it's funny because I was thinking to myself, ooh, that sounds like herpes or you know, bacterial or something. Or was it literal sores from all the traction of, you know what I'm saying, performing oral sex? Either way, it's horrible. And then she was getting so many UTIs that antibiotics stopped working. And somebody said baby oil causes UTIs. Girl, we ain't coming to Portland. I'll read it in a second. It's just sad. This is another reason why his daughter shouldn't be in the room. This is another reason why, honestly and truthfully, his sons shouldn't be in the room either. And with that being said, you know, Misa Hylton is seen supporting Puffy, and she wanted to be known. She's at the trial strictly in support of her son and their siblings. Y'all, I'm not comfortable with the kids being there. I'm not comfortable with the boys being there either. And granted, the boys are older. And somebody said, Funky, the boys were at the freak offs too. You know what? I'm not going to lie. I wouldn't be surprised if his sons had participated in some of this behavior. But I don't know. And granted, maybe this is just me looking at them like they're younger than what they are. For me, Misa being there for the sons kind of looks like distracting them, cooking them a meal, and putting your arm around them, not necessarily going and sitting up in the courtroom. Somebody put optics. It's optics in the chat, and I guess it is, but it just I don't know. This thing is just bad all the way around, and I'm not going to lie to you. I'm actually ready for it to be over. I'm ready for it to be over. I'm not taking any pleasure in indulging in this level of sexual deviancy. It's gross. It's appalling to me. I'm losing faith in humanity. And we're starting to find out about sores and UTIs and people peeing on people. And again, I try to be as sex positive as possible, right? Because I just try to be. And somebody accused me in one previous post of kink shaming. And they're like, Funky Dineva, you shouldn't be kink shaming people as long as it's legal. And now everything has shaming behind it. But no, y'all, I think that's where society has gone wrong. That we, in an effort to accommodate everybody and make everybody feel good, we've done this to each their own. To each their own. Child, you better than me. If you like it, I love it. No. No. We need to get back to a place where we draw lines in the sand. And we need to get back to a place where there are boundaries. Peeing on somebody ain't gonna never be all right. It's just never going to be all right. I'm gonna ask a question and I'm scared to ask it. How many of y'all in the chat is into that peeing thing? Just put me in the chat if you're into that peeing thing. Peeing on people, peeing in people's face, on people's mouth. Do you know what pee smell like after people been drinking and doing drugs? And so I have so many questions. When you pee on somebody, is pee in the bed and you continue to have sex in the wet bed that smells like urine? If that's your thing, I can kind of see if y'all are in the shower and you get into it, maybe. But all that spitting on people, like when I watch porn sometimes and I see the people spit in their mouth, my erection instantly goes away. I stop doing what I'm doing and start cleaning up. I just clean my hands. I don't even finish, and I go on about my business. It's just it's too much. It's just too much. Somebody, okay. Some of the girls on here saying they are squirter and all of that. I don't have a problem with squirting. That's an involuntary body response if you're a squirter. But we're gonna get into these two Halle Bailey stories, and then we're gonna get into our special guest for tonight. So I hate what I'm about to do, but I'm going to do it anyway because it's necessary. I hate to use this as a I told you so moment, but I would be lying to you if I did not say I'm sitting up here feeling vindicated as fuck. I'm sitting back feeling vindicated as fuck. Mama always said, a hard head make a soft ass. Halle Bailey. We love you, sis. We don't want to hear it. I don't feel no waist tied. I don't feel no waist tied by the damn thing she going through. Let that run and go viral. I don't feel no waist tied. I don't feel no waist tied by the damn thing she over there going through and the hell that she catching. I don't feel no waist tied because, daughter, we tried to tell you. Daughter, not we tried to tell you. We told you. We said, baby girl, that stove hot over there. Baby girl, That refrigerator got rotten fruit in it. Baby girl, he gonna drag you down. Baby girl, he jealous of you, your success. Baby girl, he too insecure. Baby girl, he wants your spotlight. Baby girl, he not the one. Baby girl. But you wanted to be grown. You wanted to be grown. And y'all need to stop it with this. Folks are over 18 and they grown. No, they're not. They're legal, but they're not grown. They're legal, but they are not grown, okay? You wanted to be grown. And now you got these grown lady waiting to exhale problems. This Negro, at the click of a button, don't turn you into a baby mama and a domestic violence survivor. Don't get me wrong. I definitely think her brand is strong enough to withstand the test of time and whatever she's going through. Look how a nigga. Look how a nigga don't brought you down to the gutter with their ass. And it didn't have to be. But you wanted to be grown. So we had to let you be grown. And I'm pretty sure she looks at this situation and says, I got my beautiful baby out of the situation. Beautiful. Sure, fine and well. You finna catch hell for the next 18 years with this clown. Because I'm here to tell you, he's already peaked. DDG has already peaked. So you just wait and see when his money get funnier, when the fame starts to fade away, your ass gonna be somewhere. You need to brush up on the lyrics. Or not the lyrics because the song don't apply, but you need to get familiar with Natalie Cole's I'm Catching Hell. Because you about to catch hell. And we tried to tell you, but you wanted to be grown. So now you grown, baby. Now come to find out, he over there putting his hands on you. You got to get restraining orders. He chipped your tooth. Daughter, we never wanted that for you. And we saw it. We saw it. And we tried to tell you, but you wanted to be grown. Then your sister got her ass on the internet, gaslighting us, going off on us, talking to us any type of way, like we was crazy. And she barely grown. Just because you got curves and just because you a woman, don't make you a grown woman. Y'all both wanted to be grown. The aunties tried to tell you. You going through Bernadine, waiting to exhale problems at 21 years old, when honestly and truthfully, girl, you should be picking out what color paint you gonna paint your townhouse. You got a baby on the hip and a nigga in court. All because you wanted to be grown. Have at it. As a result of all of what was going on, Halle now wants sole custody of baby Halo and requests a court order to prevent child abduction due to DDG's alleged abuse and threats. Says he's hidden Halo before. We saw all of this childish, immature behavior in this boy from the beginning. Then I'm not even finna get into the allegations of him abusing Ruby Rose, you being in her close friends, knowing what he did to her, and you went and got him any doggone way. And listen, I'm not gonna give you too much because at y'all's age, it was supposed to be cute and it was supposed to be fun. And maybe it was cute and fun for you, but he went off and put that baby in you. And I'm gonna tell you something, he did it on purpose. I don't give a damn what nobody say. I don't give a damn what nobody say. He went off and put that baby in you on purpose. He gets all the street credit of going around and saying, yeah, Halle Bailey is my baby mama. I had a baby with Halle Bailey. That's always, when you go win 7 Tony Awards and 19 Grammys and 43 Oscars, that's going to be the thing this Negro uses on the street to get in spaces. Oh yeah, I'm Halle Bailey, baby mama. He gave you all them Bernadine problems, baby. Gave you each and every one of those Bernadine problems because you wanted to be grown and your ass about to feel what grown. And here's the thing, my grandmother always told me, when people are reaping what they've sown, you have to let them reap. You have to move out the way and let the universe do what it's going to do. Unfortunately, Halle, you got more to come. And I'm not wishing this on you. I'm just telling you what all of us grown uncles and aunties know from looking at a clown like him. Oh, baby, you about to catch hell. You are about to catch all types of hell dealing with this Negro. He is going to try to poke and prod at you from every angle he possibly can. You about to catch hell. So, baby, you better buckle up. You better buckle up. Maybe my delivery was wrong in the very beginning when I came after your sister, and I apologize for that. The internet got me all the way together about that. But what was coming out my mouth in terms of this relationship was 100% right. Because anybody who was grown for real, they saw it. Next time grown folks tell your ass something, listen. And with that being said, grown women in the building. I got a guest coming up. She real grown. She real grown. And this lady know what she talking about. And is you gonna be Halle Bailey and be out in the cold somewhere, out on a limb? Or is you gonna listen to what this lady got to say and not be grown? The choice is yours. We handing out choices tonight. All right. But listen, our next guest, Letitia Mosley, has a company called My Mind Is My Business. And it's more than just another conference. It's an invitation to redefine what success looks like in entrepreneurship. They are creating space for entrepreneurs to connect, share, and learn how to thrive personally and professionally. This year's theme is To Be Real. It's designed to spark open, unfiltered conversations about mental health and entrepreneurship while fostering meaningful connections and actionable insights. And with that being said, guys, I want to bring our next guest to the stage, Miss Lakeisha Mosley. Lakeisha, what's going on, girl?
Hi, Foggy. How are
I
you?
am doing better than I deserve, pretty girl. Lakeisha, tell these girls on here that want to be grown who you are, what you about, and why you on my line.
Thank you so much
You're
for
welcome.
allowing me the space. Hey, everyone. Hey, the Funky Bunch. I'm Lakeisha Mosley. I am the founder of My Mind is My Business, which is an annual conference that I do that talks about the intersection between entrepreneurship and mental health. You know, there's a gap, and I created this event because I saw a gap in the industry. Sometimes we lose our sanity trying to get success, and we really don't have to do that. So I wanted to create a space where we can have a need for like real honest conversations, and especially in the Black community, because we do not talk about it in there. And so through my own journey, I decided, like, let's create a space where we can talk about it, we can get real, and then we can find some actionable strategies to help us be grown and run our businesses.
You know, and you know, it's so funny that you talk about entrepreneurship and mental health, and this is sparking a lot of thoughts in my head, because so many times, especially in the internet space, all we see people bragging about is being a boss and you know, the beauty of entrepreneurship, but rarely do we have conversations surrounding the mental health aspect of being an entrepreneur, hustle culture, the pressure that you feel. And listen, all us entrepreneurs know it ain't always easy not knowing where your next check coming from. It ain't always easy managing employees. It ain't always easy, you know, tariffs and the way business just unexpectedly happens. Your marriage falling apart. Your son got arrested. Employees ain't coming to work. You didn't get the loan. Your client didn't pay an invoice. All of those things really play a role on a person when they're an entrepreneur. So let's talk more about this conference, girl. What this conference got going on?
So I'm super excited because I have 5 tickets to give away to the
come on.
Okay. So I'm gonna give 5 people free tickets. So this year's theme, of course, is to be real. And I feel like it's time for us, Funky Dineva, to address the realness about what goes on. Like you just said, we see the pretty pictures on the IG. You don't see me sitting in my bed crying because my client didn't pay me, and I still got to show up for this event because this contract is signed and I didn't put the right clauses in there. We don't show people that someone like myself who has high functioning depression, that I can look like I'm fine, but in my head, there's so many thoughts that could be telling me, hey, go jump off this building, or go do something to yourself, or go hurt other people. We're not talking about those type of conversations. And so I really wanted a space where we, especially women and Black entrepreneurs, where we can come and talk about what it's like for us, because it's real, it's different for us than for the others. Yeah, you know, a lot of us didn't grow up with examples.
Yeah, and that's another thing. You know, I also think it's important too, because a lot of times we get in these spaces and we celebrate the win. You go, girl, you look good. But no, we do need to talk about how do you cope when this happened, or we need to create spaces where somebody said, girl, I thought I was the only one. You over there struggling too? Me too, girl. Whoo, it's not just me. We definitely need community in these spaces. So Lakeisha, let me ask you something. Will the conference, for those who are, will it be virtual or is it in person? What's the tea?
It's in person. It's in person here in Houston.
Okay, come on, Houston. Oh, now listen, y'all make sure y'all leave y'all STDs and y'all syphilis at home. Do not come to this lady thing, sit in her chairs and spread y'all syphilis all in these lady chairs down to her conference. The people came to get empowered, not needing prescriptions when they leave, but they don't got some shit that got them itching in between their legs and in their butt. Okay, but Houston, all the surrounding areas, and anybody who was willing to jump on the plane and come get this information. What are some of the things that people can expect or takeaways from this conference?
So I love the fact that we get to have fun. We're going to intersect mental health and entrepreneurship. So a lot of entrepreneurs, Funky, don't have headshots. We got a whole headshot station where you get your picture taken.
Nice.
You know?
Simple things that people don't know sometimes.
Yeah. And when you think about it, we always don't have time to schedule the photo shoot. We don't have time to find the clothes. We're going to have somebody there that's going to do that for y'all.
Come on,
be able to get that done.
Come on, LinkedIn fish. We see you, LinkedIn fish.
Yeah. Come ready to get your shots done. We're gonna have photo booths.
That realtor photo everybody take.
Right. You know, the same one.
Right.
The same one when they stand with the same backgrounds. We're gonna have different backgrounds.
Yeah, that is going to be very nice.
Yes. And we have different topics. And so I like to get real.
Mhm.
We want to talk about, you know, the power of showing up fully. Like, how do you show up? Some days I ain't feeling it, funky. I'm not feeling it, but I still got to show up as an entrepreneur because I want that check.
Yeah,
We're
indeed.
going to talk about how do you navigate mental health challenges while you're trying to scale your business. Like you just said, you got employees that's quitting and doing all kind of other stuff, and your business is growing. How do you manage those things?
Mhm.
And you know, we got something for those who want to know how to take it from the boardroom to the bedroom too, because sometimes it ain't just your mental. It could be what's going on down there.
Sometimes your business failing because you just need your bike cracked. Okay, you just need your bike cracked, honey. You show up. You show up more pleasant down to the office, Lord. So, how can the people gain access to the conference, Lakeisha?
So they could go to my website, LakeishaMosley.com. There's a link that will lead them to the website, mymindismybusiness.com, and get access to get tickets. We want y'all in the space. We want y'all in the space.
So, Keisha, they asking how much are the tickets?
So the tickets are $47.
Come on, y'all. Now listen.
And I'm feeding you too.
Listen, y'all wide by hoes down there in Houston. Y'all got them 40. Y'all better come get this lady these little $47. This little funk ass $47. And come down here and add. Listen, real talk. You can't get a headshot for $50. I don't know any photographer, and I ain't even trying to be shady. Just come use her for the headshot. Like, come on and get a free headshot. If you don't come get nothing else, come get a doggone headshot. You can't even get a headshot for $47, y'all. So that is a huge, huge, huge advantage, especially if a photographer is going to be there that specializes in that. She going to have people out there to kind of tell you, turn like this, turn like that, do your hands like this. That's $250 in value right there alone. Not to mention just being in the room with other like-minded sisters that's going through some stuff in your local Houston market. I love when people do concentrated conferences like this, because here's the thing. It don't hit the same if you were doing this virtually and you live in Wisconsin and I live in Miami. Right. But for you to be in a space, a Houston, Texas space with other business owners in your metropolitan area, guys, that is huge. You need that level of networking. You need it. I watch it with my friend Pretty Plates all the time. Just here in Atlanta, I sit back and I listen to her. We can just be in Publix and she'd be like, oh, ain't you? We go to Restaurant Depot. Like, she'd be like, oh, you own this restaurant? Well, oh, I heard about your restaurant. And they'd be like, girl, they sending the liquor inspectors this week. Be careful. You know what I'm saying? You need that with your local business people. They'd be like, oh, girl, the meat man over there, they high. I'm going to the man over here on the south side. He got the oxtails for $50 off. You need that level of camaraderie in your local business for y'all. So get up off y'all damn ass. Go get that headshot. Go get this information. Go get your mind right. Go meet you a woman or a lady or whatever it is you want and you need. All right. Go get all of that good stuff. Keisha, before we get out of here, tell the people where they can find you on all social media handles and then anything you may have to say in closing.
So y'all can follow me on all social media as Lakeisha M. Mosley. I'm mainly on Instagram. I play around on TikTok a little bit, and LinkedIn, I just ain't got into it yet, but I will.
Okay.
But I am honored to be on here, and I thank you for sharing that. There are actual therapists. There are actually clinicians. There's people with letters before and after their name that are a part of this conference, y'all. You can't go sit in a chair for $47.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I definitely want y'all to come out. And Funky, you get to give 5 of your guests a free
All right. So I'm trying to think how you want to do it. You want you know what, Lakeisha? I don't want to own the process. I don't want to own the process. I don't want to be bothered with the shit. So So, get somebody extra do it.
Get somebody else to do it. Okay.
So how many? Let's talk about it. What you want? You want them to email you? You want to do a social media contest? What you want to do?
Yeah, let's do that.
What you want to do? Okay, so in order to get a free ticket,
they need to go to my page.
Okay, follow your Instagram page.
Post I got about the event.
And
then we can pick from there.
Okay, they need to like it and they need to write something up under
Write something, yeah.
You need to write a little paragraph. All right, you want a little free ticket. What's your Instagram page again? Let me put that in the let me put that down to the thing.
Okay.
Let me see. Hi, the child. We so ghetto around here, but we gonna have
I love it. I love it.
Listen, I love talking to my people in a language in which they understand. Okay. Yes. What's your Instagram?
It's Lakeisha M. Mosley.
Lakeisha M. Mosley. Yes. There it is, guys. So make sure I got it right. Guys, you can go to the website, LakeishaMosley.com, and get your tickets. And if you are interested in getting one of 5 tickets that she'll be giving away, go to Lakeisha M. Mosley on Instagram. Click, like, follow her page, like that last post that she posted about the event, and drop down and get your eagle on in the comments. Put down there, child, I'm an entrepreneur. I run an oxtail shack. Okay. I'm looking forward to you know what I'm saying? Child, I run a daycare with pissy kids. I mean, just put down whatever you need to put down in there in order to get them tickets. Make it strong, make it compelling. Tell them, baby, I run the daycare, but we feeding the kids stale Teddy Grahams because we ain't got no money around here, baby. Make it compelling. You can get one of these free tickets. Lakeisha Mosley, thank you so much. And please stay in contact with Michelle B. I would love to know how the ticket sales went and what's going on. Oh, what's the date of the event?
It is this weekend.
Ah,
it is Saturday, May 17th.
Okay, so y'all really get on the move, especially if you and your girls ain't got nothing to do. Parents, I also think that this would be something good to take your teenage daughters to. You got some teenage daughters that are following you in business. They need to start learning these mental coping tools early, because life is only going to get more complicated dealing with this damn man we got in office, child.
Exactly.
That far. And with that being said, Lakeisha, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
All right, you have a good one, guys.
Bye, y'all.
Y'all, that was real cute. That was real cute. Made me think about something else. Michelle B gave me a note. I was supposed to tell y'all, the Funky Bunch, y'all changing lives. Y'all went up there and ran that juice, baby. Y'all broke that juice lady register. The girl that was selling the detox juice, y'all rang her register to the tune of $15,000. All right. And the lady told me to tell y'all that due to overwhelming demand, just to bear with her, she said she got her kids in there pressing out juice. They jumping up and down on grapes in bathtubs like the I Love Lucy people did, trying to get y'all orders out. It's funny because when people come on with the different products, I don't really have a way of knowing what's going to sell, what's not going to sell, what people are going to be interested in, what people aren't going to be interested in. And I don't know what I thought the response was going to be with the juice. And here is the thing that I love about somebody like the juice. She did 15,000 real quick, but that's not a one-time purchase. Like if you like her product, you're going to have to repurchase, and hopefully she has converted some of you guys into regular customers, but she did $15,000 in orders. I also want to say this, and this is not me trying to take your money. The reason why I do what I do with the business segment is because I always said I wanted to offer small businesses, in particular, Black women-owned businesses, a level of advertising that they normally would not be able to afford. All right. I'm not going to call no names, but y'all go on some other people's shows. They're charging $5,000, $10,000. They're charging thousands of dollars to advertise or whatever. We're not doing that over here. where this thing is going and where it's at right now, I'm gonna be very honest with y'all. I'm gonna be very honest with y'all. And I have this conversation with my team all the time. I really could raise the price of the advertising. I really could. I really could raise the price and really create another huge revenue stream by charging market rates for the advertising, but I'm not greedy. I know y'all get tired of hearing me say it and it's jokes. It ain't, but I'm rich. I'm comfortable. I'm rich. I'm fabulous. I'm rich and I eat good every night. So I'm not being greedy. I'm going to always, as long as it makes sense and it's not costing me anything, keep the advertising rates low enough where small business people can get in, where small business people can get in and promote. And that's why God continues to bless me. And that's why God continues to bless y'all. So I say all of that to say, for those of you guys who are struggling or you on the fence about paying the advertising money, find it. Find it. The juice lady turned that small investment into her business into $15,000 in sales overnight. The return on investment is definitely there when you advertise your business with Funky Dineva and the Funky Bunch. Oh, I can show y'all a little something. I'm gonna show y'all a little something. I'm gonna show y'all a little something. Just a little something. I'm real excited. I'm gonna show y'all just a little something. I'm gonna show y'all just a little something. Show y'all just a little something. Set. Let me show y'all a little something. So this is day 3 of construction in my basement. This is day 3 or whatever. I know it don't look like much. I know it don't look like much, but when I tell y'all, this thing finna have it all going on. I'm gonna show y'all one more. This is day 3 of let me just go ahead and show y'all. Let me just stop playing. We family. Let me just go ahead and show y'all. Let me just go ahead and show y'all. I'm excited. I want to show y'all. The set gonna be ready Friday anyway, so ain't no need. There is absolutely no need at this point in even trying to hide it. It's gonna be ready on Friday. That's the new set. That's an AI mock-up, but that's the new set. So shelves to the left for product placement, table in the middle for me and guests. These are 3 monitors, 2 85-inch TVs turned vertical on that side and a 75-inch TV in the middle, fluorescent lighting, studio quality cameras, sound, and equipment. So in this moment, I just want to know what was said. I just want to know what was said. He over there begging Claudia Jordan for a job. He broke. He not making no money. He begging Claudia for a job. And he just mad because they over there on Carlos' show. What he need to be doing, what he should have been doing was investing in his own show like Carlos did. And TGIF is back, everybody, on Carlos King's show on Monday. Okay, girl. Okay, girl. Okay. You're absolutely right. You are absolutely right. You absolutely right. What he should have been doing, was investing in his business the way Carlos did. What he should have, I ain't even got no rebuttal. You absolutely right. What I should have been doing was investing in my business. It's going to be nice. It's going to be nice, but this is the new set. Just for reference, so y'all know how high end we going with this. I employed the same set design company that made Stephen A. Smith set or whatever. Went to LA. I ain't even tell y'all how much money I spent. Okay. But we about to have it all the fuck going on. But in the meantime, in between time, I really just want to know what was said. Where? What was said? I just want to know what was said. Begging who for a job now? Going broke well? What was said? I just want to know what was said. Oh God, the only reason I'm winning is because y'all keep losing. And that's the God honest truth. And I just wish the girls, I be trying to tell the girls, y'all play internet games and I play on a whole nother plateau. That's why y'all, that little internet stuff y'all be doing don't bother me. Y'all play internet games. I play on the spiritual plane. I be playing up here. Y'all be playing right here. Y'all play right here. I play up here. And I be giving everybody the keys. The only reason I'm winning is because you keep losing. And for those whose third eye is open wide enough to understand that statement, then you get it. The only reason I'm winning is because you keep losing. Like Angie Stone said, I got to get back to my rightful place. The subject of my song, a queen loving human. This is where I belong, in this trusting place. You can erase every tear that ever falls down your face. That's that Angie Stone and Prince. Only reason I'm winning is because you keep losing. Y'all. Oh, damn it. Fuck. Do I want to go eat? Or do I want to stay on the line? I guess I'll stay on the line. Because these next stories are actually too good for me these stories are too good for me to roll over till tomorrow. So this next story, and we've talked about this from time to time. New study reveals that 75% of luxury brand purchases come from everyday shoppers, not the Rio and Riot. New study reveals that 75% of luxury brand purchases come from everyday shoppers, not the rich, but middle and low income buyers keep designer stores alive. Luxury sales come from middle and lower income shoppers, aka folks budgeting, Afterpay, and flexing their way through life for a little piece of the luxury pie. From 1,500 bags to $900 sneakers, it's not just the rich doing the most, it's regular folks chasing the status and celebration, or I deserve this moment. According to May 2025 report citing Bain Company, approximately 70-75% of global luxury spending comes from middle income households, typically earning between $40,000 and $150,000. Depending on the region. This 10 reflects the rise of aspirational luxury. Duh. And this is not nothing. This is not nothing to read nobody over. This is not anything to read anybody about. All right. Folks sometimes love, and I was guilty of this once upon a time. Folks sometimes love to condemn the middle class and the poor for going out and buying things that they seemingly cannot afford or seemingly should not prioritize. And I have come to realize that life is hard, okay? Life is hard and everybody deserves nice things. That's number one. Number two, ain't nothing wrong with if you only make $40,000 a year and you decide at income tax that you want to go out and get you a Louis Vuitton purse. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I don't give a damn what nobody say. There's nothing wrong with that. You go, girl. You go, girl. Because the reality of the situation is many people are not going to get out of the class bracket that they're in. Many people are not going to ever get out of the tax bracket that they're in. So it's not right to tell somebody just because you make $55,000 a year, you don't deserve to have nice things. Now, you shouldn't go and jeopardize your well-being and use your rent money to buy nice stuff. But yes, and listen, who don't want to be rich? Who don't want to? Let's talk about it. Let's be honest. Who don't want to push and pump through like Lisa Vanderpump? I do. Who don't want to be like Demi Moore, Jaja Gabor, Prince Diane, and all them rich bitches? Who don't? Who don't? And you gonna tell me just because life dealt me a certain set of cards that I'm not allowed to have nothing nice and that I can't have even if it's a temporary high, even if it just make me feel good for 6 months, people deserve to have nice stuff. All right. So I'm saying all of that to say this. I'm no longer a fan of people shaming people because the middle class the middle class is the main one shopping in luxury stores. And if the rich wasn't being so poor, hoarding all the wealth and voting people in place that put policy in place that make life so hard for people, then maybe all of us could be rich and all of us could buy Gucci and Prada together. But y'all won't let us do that. Y'all don't want to share the wealth. So since you're not going to share the wealth, and since all I'm ever going to make is $80,000 a year, bitch, I'm finna go get me a nice bag when I get my income tax, and it ain't nothing wrong with it. It ain't nothing wrong with it. And I'm going to tell you, I want to give a special shout out, and she don't even know she did this, to one of my college friends, Dr. Rabiatu Berry. We call her Rabbi, Dr. Rabbi, or Rabbi. This was some years back, and Rabbi don't even know she did this for me. She changed my perspective on things. Folks was going in on people having them prom reveals. God, I'm about to share something really powerful with y'all. Folks was going in on people having them prom reveals and talking about how people in the projects and people in the ghetto, they broke and they having these extravagant prom reveals, so on and so forth. And Rabbi posted on one of her social media platforms, I think it was Facebook, and I'm paraphrasing here, so Rabbi, don't beat me up if I get it completely wrong. But the overall sentiment that Rabbi conveyed was, Y'all don't know what it feels like to be a parent and not to be able to provide for your child. And you go all these years, your child turns 16 and you've never been able to give them nice things or whatever the case may be. Did y'all ever stop to think that some of these parents that do these extravagant things for these kids, like this is just the one time that they diverted resources and put everything into just giving this child something special one time? And when I began to look at things from that lens, it made me appreciate them prom reveals a little more. And sometimes the things that people do, you know what I'm saying? Especially people who are, you know, below the poverty line or just barely getting by. Like, it's not fair to tell somebody, oh, you broke, you don't deserve to have nothing. You don't deserve to have nothing. Like, no, bitch, we want to feel good too. We want to feel good too. We want to feel rich too, even if it's temporary. Even if it's for one night only. Even if it's for one night only. Even if I had to put my light bill on payment arrangement and I paid my car note late in order to have my child have this special moment, or in order for me to get this damn bag because I've been slaving away at this job all year. Even if it's for one night only. It's worth it. What Betty Wright said, a little bit of pleasure is worth a whole lot of pain. I just don't be liking all of this and all that talk. Warren Buffett driving F-150. It's only niggas that do this. Yes, you're right. It's a complete vestige of poverty. It's a complete vestige of us being the permanent underclass in America. People want to feel good, okay? When you got signaling and messaging and media telling you all the time, you're a second-rate citizen because you black, you a second-rate citizen because you poor, you a second-rate citizen because you're all of these things, people for one night only want to feel good. Let them feel good. Let people feel good. That's all to it. That's all to it. Moving right along. I'm not going to spend much time on this, but Honey Boo Boo is in nursing school, guys.
A nursing student in college, in Denver.
Oh, let me cut that. I don't need my monetization getting knocked off. Honey Boo Boo is in nursing school, guys. She says that her life, her life these days revolves around her being in her room studying and her being in the library studying. And I love everything about this because this girl growing up in the level of stardom that she did with the dysfunction in her family that she had, her story could have ended up a whole different kind of way. And I love the fact that we love her because we feel like we raised her. We feel like we raised Alana. And I'm going to tell you something else that I respect. I love the fact that she's not going the entertainment route. I love the fact that she's not going the entertainment route. I love the fact that she'll always be known for that. And there may always be a space for her to jump in and out of reality TV. But that girl is going on to be a nurse. Alana, Honey Boo Boo, we are proud of you. You feel like all of our niece. We've been watching you for so long, and we are so proud of you. Please keep up the good work. Now, y'all, this was the story that I looked at on the sheet that made me say, I got to keep doing the show. Tory Lanez lawyers claim that Kelcy Harris' bodyguard, Bradley James, has come forward, allegedly says she, not Torey, was the one that shot Meg. Take a listen.
Not long ago, Unite the People was approached by a gentleman named Bradley James. Mr. James informed us he was working as the bodyguard and driver for Ms. Kelcy Harris during Mr. Peterson's trial. As such, he was in close proximity and he had privy to conversations she was having with her husband and others. Mr. James informed us he was not under a non-disclosure agreement or a confidentiality agreement and was free to speak with Unite the People, and that he was doing it because his conscience would not let him not speak and leave a man in prison for something he did not do. Mr. James informed Unite the People that he was witness to the conversation Ms. Harris had, where she stated she had the gun, she fired it 3 times, Mr. Peterson grabbed her arm and knocked it down, and the gun fired 2 more times. In essence, Mr. Peterson never shot anybody, never even touched that gun, never fired the gun. This statement aligns with the statement of the only non-party witness to the case, Mr. Sean Kelly, who at trial testified he saw 2 women fighting, 2 men break up the fight, 1 man grabbed the other one's arm. Gunshots came from the passenger side. Passenger side is where Ms. Harris was sitting. This further
what y'all think? I don't know, y'all. I'm really confused, right? Because it feels like it could be the truth. It feels like it could be the truth. Then there's a part of me that's like, okay, he gets stabbed in prison, and then all of a sudden this come out. Did the man legitimately have a guilty conscience after the man got stabbed in prison for being in prison for no reason? Or did his team like run and offer this security guard a bunch of money to say this? Then it's like, okay, Kelcy got an immunity deal. Immunity deal from what? Why did she need an immunity deal? The other thing that's going through my mind is, without Kelcy being Torey's sister or wife, why would you take the charge? Especially when it was looking like your ass was about to go to jail. Why didn't you say then, bitch, I didn't do this? That was the part for me. Like I'm gonna tell you, and that's the thing about street code that is so stupid. I ain't no snitch. You more concerned about what some niggas over there in the corner gonna think about you, who don't have a 16th of what you have or of what you have to lose. You so worried about niggas on the block calling you a snitch that you willing to go to prison behind it, to uphold some dumbass street code of I ain't no snitch. I took my case. I'm a real nigga. I took my case. Yeah, you a real dumb nigga. Baby, I would have told Kelcy, look, I'm going to go down there and tell them people, because I'm this friend. I'm going to go down there and tell the people I don't know what happened. Okay, I do that for you. I will do that for you. Be a full-on eyewitness and be like, I didn't see nothing. The minute them people turn that magnifying glass on my ass and they get to drafting up charges, wait a minute, Your Honor, before you bang your gavel. I once was blind, but now I see. You want to know who did it? Kelcy did it. Bum. Bitch, you think I'm finna go to jail for a bitch? Forget going to jail. I'm not going to trial for you. Now, here's the thing. If he didn't do it, he needs to be let out and he needs to be pardoned. But you know what? There's a part of me that says, if he didn't shoot Meg, you still deserve to be in jail for being dumb. Now, I don't wish that stabbing on nobody. You still deserve to be in jail for being dumb if this is the truth. Because I don't know what person whose elevator goes all the way to the top would go to jail behind defending some coochie. Her ass would have been under the jail. This would have been a perfect time for Tory Lanez to stay out of women's business. This would have been the perfect time for Tory Lanez, if all of this is true, to stay out of women's business. And here's the thing. Here's the other thing. Now that I think about it, now that I think about it, no, something ain't sitting right with this with me. Because I refuse to believe that Tory Lanez, as outspoken as Tory Lanez's daddy is, that Tory didn't tell his daddy Kelcy shot Meg and that the daddy didn't blurt it out. I refuse to believe that Tory Lanez sat in jail all this time and looking at that wall and then finally crack and be like, she did it. I don't know, y'all. Here's what I do know. I'm ready for it to go away. And now y'all about to stir up a whole new wave of all this damn crap. All right, y'all. This story, I really wanted to get to this story. This story is very sad. It's about a woman who is pregnant and brain dead, and she was just a few weeks pregnant when she went brain dead. But based on Georgia's heartbeat law, she remains in a hospital brain dead as the baby's further developing in her stomach. Y'all, this is heartbreaking. Take a listen.
30-year-old Adriana Smith was about 9 weeks pregnant when she started having bad headaches in February.
Enough to know that something was wrong.
April Newkirk says her daughter went to Northside Hospital for help.
They gave her some medication, but they didn't do any tests. Didn't do any CT scans. If they did, they would have caught it.
The next morning, Adriana's boyfriend noticed something was terribly wrong.
She was gasping for air in her sleep, gargling. More than likely it was blood. She was taken to Emory, Decatur, and then she was transferred here.
To Emory University Hospital, where Adriana worked as an RN. Unfortunately, there was nothing doctors could do.
They did a CT scan and she had blood clots all in her head. So they had asked me if they could do a procedure to relieve them, and I said yes. And then they called me back and they said that they couldn't do it.
30-year-old Adriana Smith was about 9 weeks pregnant. Doctors declared Adriana brain dead.
I feel as if somebody dropped the ball at the hospitals, and her boyfriend asked, please keep her. If she was kept at the hospital, we wouldn't be here.
Because of Georgia's heartbeat bill, which bans abortions after a fetal heartbeat is detected, her family says they weren't given any say in what happens next.
It's torture for me. I come here and I see my daughter breathing by the ventilator, but she's not there. And I'm touching her. And she has a son who I bring to see her.
Now, 21 weeks pregnant, her baby's health uncertain.
She's pregnant with my grandson, but my grandson may be blind, may not be able to walk, wheelchair bound. We don't know if he'll live once she has him.
A situation she says no one should be forced into.
It should have been left up to the family.
Doctors declared Adriana brain dead.
Y'all, this story is horrible on so many levels.
When she started having...
Number one, the mom who knows that her daughter is dead can't get that final closure that we all get, right? Then there's this fetus inside of her. I'm not going to lie. 9 weeks would have been the perfect time to terminate. So now family has to deal with the loss of this one, then the undue burden of now having to raise a child. And God forbid the child come out special needs. You know, government, who are you to condemn me to a life of having to care for a child that may have all sorts of issues? Then if the mama be like, the mama or the boyfriend be like, what happens if the mama or the boyfriend be like, we don't want the baby? Because that's a very real world possibility. You know what I'm saying? This is just bad on so many levels. You know, and the gag is she's 21 weeks now. Is that still 4, 8, 12? See, damn. See, now she's too far for the abortion. 9 weeks would have been the perfect time to terminate. Basically keeping, you know, in all honesty, and I don't know what the rules are, but should they not have just let nature take its course? Meaning that if mommy died, then the baby died as well at 9 weeks. Like that just would have had to have been what it was. That's just would have had to have been what it was. On that note, guys, it's 9:30. We're gonna go ahead and get out of here. Yeah, this is really sad and this is very torturous. All right, y'all. I'll call y'all hoes tomorrow. Nashville, y'all don't forget to get y'all tickets. I'll be down to the Nashville this week. Oh, don't forget also too, if you want one of them free tickets for Nashville, email me funkydineva@funkydineva.com if you want one of them free tickets for Nashville. Get me something to eat, and I'll call y'all hoes later. Bye.